Good morning, everybody. It's about 6 o'clock. The boat is loaded. I've got everything packed up. We're about to head down to the river. So this is the last day of the trip. That is just crazy to say. So once I get down on the water, that's gonna be it. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm going to get back to Frontier Park, get back down the broken boat ramp, and get back on the water is the plan. Okay, I'm down to the river. It is an absolutely beautiful morning. Everything's packed, and even though this boat ramp is broke, it's still gonna work. So I'm just gonna lose a little bit of plastic off the bottom, no big deal. So I'm gonna get this thing pushed off in the water and head out. So from here I have 28 miles left to the confluence, and that's it for the entire Missouri River. Absolutely crazy. Okay, and I'm off. So it's currently about 7 o'clock. So my goal is to get to the confluence by 1. So I have 4 hours to do 28 miles. So we'll see if that happens. Well, it is just a beautiful morning on the water. It's nice and cool, and there is a little bit of a breeze. So I couldn't ask for more. This is going to be a perfect last day. So here's kind of downtown St. Charles. So pretty cool to see. I don't think I've ever been here more than maybe once as a kid. So pretty cool place. So Lambert Airport is just a couple miles away. So there's pretty good sized jets flying in pretty much constantly. It is an international airport, so, and a quite large one. So coming up here is the Highway 370 bridge, and in front of that is the Wabash Railroad Bridge. So the only reason I know it's called that is because Google Maps had a little helpful label on it. So pretty interesting stuff. I haven't seen too many railroad bridges in a while, so pretty cool. Another big jet landing. Well, there's another plane flying over. They're pretty much constant coming into Lambert. But I noticed that my pants are starting to rip again, even with my terrible sewing job. So, yeah, they only need to last a couple more hours, but I think these pants are done after this. But it's not like I haven't got good use out of them. I've basically worn them nearly every day for three months outdoors. So it's kind of hard to believe I'm going to be sleeping in my own bed, in my own house tonight. That is crazy. I haven't seen it in 3.5 months. It's going to be a big shock, that is for sure. So it's about 8 o'clock. The sun is extremely bright, as usual. So just looking the other way for the next hour or so, until the sun rises enough not to be completely blinding. But other than that, it is a beautiful morning, and I'm really enjoying it out here on the water. So the nice thing about when the river turns is that, at some point you're heading straight into the sun, and I can't see anything. It is so bright. But that's okay. I'm surviving. It's not the first time I've had to deal with this. You just, don't look forward for the next, hour. So this is basically how I've spent my last hour. It's not too bad, but it's very, very bright. So, very blinding. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock. The sun is finally not completely in my face, so I very much appreciate that. And I'm just continuing down the river. It's still fairly, looks normal. There's just trees on both sides like any other part, other than there's a lot more city noises in this area now. There's you know, trains and planes and lots of cars, and also just a lot of like industrial noises. So definitely getting into a little more populated area, that's for sure. But you know, bound to happen. I am quite literally just north of St. Louis. So I'm over against the shore in the shade right now. It's pretty nice. And it wouldn't be right to, you know, finish the trip off without passing by a couple more coolers. So there's a blue one there with the herring standing right next to it. So pretty cool. Usually they don't let me get near that close to them. It's kind of weird. It feels like just a normal day. Like nothing's changed. Like tonight I'm just gonna go down, find a sandbar, set up my tent like normal, and make supper, edit a video, and go to bed. But yeah, I'm not, and you know, it hasn't really hit me yet. I don't think that I'm nearly done with the trip. Below that sign is the mileage marker, and it says 16.5. Wow, that is a tiny number and absolutely crazy. So I'm trying to get to the confluence at around 1, and it's currently almost 10 o'clock. So I have 3 hours to do 16.5 miles. So I'm going to be going very slow on these last few miles, which is perfectly fine. So to my right is Pelican Island. It's a very large island, and it has some amazing sandbars on it. So it's pretty cool to see just such a beautiful place, you know, so close to the big city. Well, it's 11 o'clock and it's starting to warm up a little bit. There's not a whole lot of wind today, but it's not too bad. It's not near as hot as it was a couple days ago. And I have 10 miles left. That is crazy. In a few more minutes, it's going to be down in a single digit, which is crazy. So yeah, nearly there. So I got to thinking that even after I end today, I still have 2 more videos that I have to edit and post. So definitely, it's not going to end video editing wise, that's for sure. I've got plenty to do on that front. I will say there are a lot of really nice sandbars I've been passing pretty much all morning on this last section. It's really cool to see kind of like pristine river habit all the way down here to the end. You know, ignore the super muddy, nasty water. But other than that, it's still absolutely beautiful. So there's some very cool kind of bluffs right along the river here. The shore is just like a 15-foot rock wall, which is pretty cool. And coming up in front of me are the last 2 bridges of the trip. So these 2 are the last 2 bridges of the trip. Pretty crazy. Okay, so I have a special treat here. I was met by 2 of the fellow river paddlers. So it's Bill Burns and Mark Fingerhut. I've seen them in the Facebook page before, so it's really cool to finally meet them and meet some fellow purple hat wearers. Looks like there's some major infrastructure work up ahead here, and they've got 2 excavators working on rebuilding this. And this is Cora Island. It's what I was told, and apparently it's named after a steam wreck that sunk there and actually formed the island from the wreck, which is a very cool fact I did not know. And there's a barge up ahead that's about to cross over to give more rock to these excavators, it looks like. Well, there are some amazing cliffs through here. Well, there's amazing like kind of rock bench here as a shoreline. Well, there is a absolutely beautiful little waterfall. That is really cool. So they're doing some major work here. They got 2 excavators running, and there's another barge full of rock being delivered. And a very cool little rock wall right on the river's edge. That barge, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but it is right at water level. I cannot see any sides on it from here. Well, it was really great to meet these two and to paddle with them for a little bit.
Congrats, Cody. Well done.
Congrats, Cody.
Woo.
Great job, man. Great job.
Thank you so much. So really good to see you guys.
The last couple miles here.
Definitely. So I think they're gonna pull off here, and I'm gonna keep going to finish out the trip. So,
all right. Great job, man.
Really good to see you guys.
Yeah, great meeting you.
See you, Cody.
See ya.
On the river.
All right, so I'm pretty far away from it, but there on the shore is mile marker 5. That is the first single digit one I noticed. So I've got 4.3 miles left. It's a little after noon, and I think I'm gonna power out these last couple miles and complete the entire Missouri River. There's a little bit of wind. Where's that been all day? It's just really hard to believe that right around this next corner is the end of the Missouri River, because I've been going around the corners of this river for 3.5 months, and it's crazy that it's nearly done. Well, right here is a kind of a bridge barge, so it's used to load barges with rock. I passed quite a few of these, and that's the last one of the trip. I'm on the last corner, so well, there's 2 miles to go. Just, I don't know. It's hard to put in words. So I'm not really sad that it's ending, because but at the same time, I'm definitely going to miss, everything about this trip. The crazy thing is that there is a news reporter waiting for me here at the confluence, which is just crazy to think. I've never really had an interview. This is just feels really weird. I'm just making this whole YouTube thing up as I go, even now. Well, it probably doesn't look like much on camera, but after 3.5 months and 2,300 miles, the end is in sight. So the trees right there in the distance is Illinois, and that's the last state of the trip. So I won't actually be crossing over to it, but it's still pretty cool to check off the last state of the trip. Wow. So the point is right in front of me. On the other side is the Mississippi River, and over here on that tree right there in the middle is mile marker number 1. Man, to go from 2,300 to 1 is pretty crazy. So I am almost there. So this is actually the first time I've ever been this close to the Mississippi. So very, very cool. There it is. Can hardly believe it. So here is the point, and this is the Mississippi, with a lot of barge traffic on it, as expected. How very cool. Well, I tried to land there, but just about sunk up to my knees, so I'm gonna try a different spot. Okay, so I've landed, and I have to get the boat all the way up there, so this is gonna be a process. So I'm gonna get all the heavy stuff off first and go from there. Well, I'm standing right on the confluence. So there's the Missouri River, and here's the Mississippi. It's kind of hard to believe that I actually made it. Just wow. This was an absolutely amazing trip. I'm a little out of breath from dragging the boat up. Well, the boat's pulled up here so far, and I got a 1/4 mile down this trail to the parking lot. So one last portage of the trip. And the crazy thing is I just had a interview for KMOU4. So that is kind of crazy. I can't believe that. I'm just just a normal guy who decided to do something crazy. So hard to believe. So next I have to get this boat up this trail. Luckily most of it's concrete, so it's going pretty good. It's kind of crazy to be up in the river bottoms instead of down on the river. Okay, so the boat is now at the parking lot. Okay, so the boat is loaded and I'm heading home. This is pretty crazy. I think I've said that too much. This is just hard to believe. Well, I'm at home. It's kind of crazy. I've got the boat fully unloaded and it is drying out for the first time in months. So this was an absolutely amazing trip. I just had the time of my life. So going forward, I do intend to continue to make videos and content. So it will not be an everyday kind of thing like it has been. Unfortunately, it's just not possible at the moment. So I will be heading back to work soon. I have to, make a living. But I do have plans for the future. So I do plan on making a video soon of kind of what my future plans are and where I want to, take the channel in the future and that sort of thing. So be looking forward to that. So I think with that, I'm going to say good night. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Though unfortunately, it will not be tomorrow, but coming soon.